Hey, happy Friday, everybody. It is Chamber Check-In time, and today we have founder and owner of Alpine Tree Service, Mr. Pat Rainey. Hi, Pat.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm so glad that today is Friday. The leaves are falling out there. It looks like we're heading into some winter stuff. But hey, I really am glad that we have an opportunity to check in with you guys today. Um, Alpine Tree Service, it kind of says a little bit about what you do, but why don't you dive in a little bit about when you got your start and the history of the company?
Okay. I started in Idaho logging in 1977, and that led led me into the use of a saw and this and that. Then during college, I went to work for a tree service, um, and it worked uh, for a while. I moved back and forth across the country, and landed back in Idaho, in the Wood River Valley. And that's quite a funny story. My parents were born and raised in the Wood River Valley, and they left in 1950. And I wound back up in the Wood River Valley full time in 1982 and started the tree service, then became incorporated in 84. And in 2016, we thought we were starting to reach saturation in the Wood River Valley, and looked to southern Idaho as an expansion. And we decided to look into the Treasure Valley instead after a year, and have been greatly impressed with the Treasure Valley and the growth and the reception that we got in the Treasure Valley. Um, I can't say enough. It's been a great 4 years in the Treasure Valley, and it's been a learning curve, and always will be. From the very beginning. If
Right.
if you're learning, you're really making a mistake someplace. But the Treasure Valley's been a great challenge, and it's working. It's working very well. A lot of it has to do with the chamber and the help they granted us in getting started in the
Oh, that's
Treasure Valley.
awesome. So 1984, Alpine Tree Service begins its company. And then in 2016, 2017, you expanded to the Treasure Valley. Hey, how many employees do you have?
In the heat of the summer, we have about 30 to 32
Okay. Okay.
employees between both locations. Between
Okay.
both locations, that's a kind of a segue back into how we got started. Um, Back in '84, I started the company with a 1978 black Monte Carlo with red velour interior and a T-top. And I'm not sure I would have hired me. I did the job in that car and showed up to do the work in that car, and
Oh
then
my gosh.
got it on the ground, and then went out and rented a truck and came back and cleaned it up. Um, so it's been a fun trip. It's been a fun trip. And now we're the largest tree care provider in this region, the country. We're
Absolutely.
pretty proud of that, and we have 8 certified arborists now. We just had 3 more certified here in the last 3 weeks, in Boise. They all took a test in Nampa, but
Okay.
we're continuing education constantly. That's one of our. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. And that's one of our key benefits for our team members is continuing education.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask you a little bit about your certified arborist because I know that that helps the credibility of your organization when you go out to talk people that were needing some tree service, and it's so important to have skilled talent on your team to get the work done appropriately. But hey, so you're in Wood River Valley, you're in the Treasure Valley. What is your extensive territory? Like, will you go up to McCall and will you go over to Mountain Home? Tell us a little bit about that.
We range from McCall to Wyoming.
Oh,
We're
wow.
actually sending a crew to Wyoming on Monday to Little America. We picked up the Little Americas, and we'll be in Little America for a week in Wyoming. And hopefully we don't get caught with the blizzard that's supposed to blow through. But
Oh my gosh.
yeah, so we go from McCall to Wyoming.
Okay. Okay. And then, hey, let's talk a little bit about some reasons people would need to connect with you. What are some reasons to call a tree care specialist?
Well, Alpine prides ourselves in being able to provide a service in every aspect of tree care, from the time it's put in the ground till the time it's removed. Looking for a quality tree care provider, safety for the client and for the members is key, and the International Society of Arboriculture stresses safety. That's one of their key components. But just the knowledge base that a certified arborist has as far as being able to recommend the proper tree care for your trees, both in trimming and removal. Sometimes it's necessary to remove a tree, but we would like to provide care for a tree long before we recommend removal.
Okay. Well, we're heading into the winter months here. And do you have any advice for, homeowners with evergreens and potential pruning before the snow kind of puts a lot of weight on those?
Sure,
What advice would you have?
there are trees, especially evergreens, that aren't indigenous to the area of your Austrian pines and Scots pines. They're a long, leggy tree by nature, and in a domestic setting, that nature is exacerbated and they grow faster than they normally would. So if you have a tree that looks like it's getting extremely long in the lateral growth, care should be given in possibly reducing the lateral tip weight so the snow load doesn't cause injury to the tree. We saw it 3 winters ago during the heavy snow load and how much tree damage there was. It's not being an alarmist by any means, but evergreens have a hard time shedding snow. So and then nutrition is good to pay attention to, especially in the late winter, getting ready for the spring. We push products that are more natural than a synthetic based, and takes a little longer for them to take hold in the tree, but in the long term you'll use less product. But nutrition and some thinning, pruning, trimming are good key elements for the winter.
Absolutely. Well, Pat, I've had a relationship with you for about 6 years, and Alpine Tree Service as a member and as a vendor for my own personal home. I had a big tree branch actually fall in and almost hit our house, and it was this, 80-foot long, and I don't know, 3 tons of weight, and so that kind of scared me, right? And so you guys came in and helped us remove some other trees. And what I appreciate most about Alpine Tree Service and your team, Pat, is the professionalism and credibility and certifications that are on your team. You guys come in, you assess the entire situation. We have a great conversation about the different things that can happen. Do we need to remove? Do we need to treat? Can we save this tree? Because we love the trees. But the hazard and the safety piece that you're talking about here is so important. But I really wanted to take the time today to let people know about Alpine Tree Service's credibility and professionalism. One of the first things you did when you expanded to Boise and to the Treasure Valley was you came into our office, in the chamber office, and said, hey, we're coming here. We need your help. We want to be a part of the community. And so thank you for that. It says a lot about your organization and the character of Alpine Tree Service.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Paul. It was very impressive coming into your office. We had originally anticipated, well, we'll join the chamber and get to know the people in the community, and had truly expected to just come in and pay our dues and become members. But it went much further than that. We were welcomed, and you gave us a great head start in the community, in advertising and the networking. We had never seen that before, and it was greatly appreciated. It was a good start for us. It was a good head start for us instead of just starting from ground zero. This isn't a sales pitch by any means for you guys, but it was truly greatly appreciated, the amount of support that the chamber gave Alpine Tree Service in the way in. And the interview that you granted us, it felt like an interview, Paul. When we finished it, we walked out of there. There were 3 people from Alpine that joined in the meeting, and we walked out and felt like it was a job interview for us. You really put us through the paces, and it was appreciated.
Well, that's the circle of life in the chamber. We're a family. When you are a part of an organization that does business with its members, we refer business with our members. It's truly is a family atmosphere, and we want you to succeed, Pat, and your team. So welcome to the Treasure Valley. It's been a little while, and hey, if anybody needs tree service or just a consultation on their property, if they have any questions about their trees, please give Pat and his team a call. Here, I'll even put down, you can connect with them. They have a website and a phone number to connect with. They're very responsive. They answer their call. They're out within a scheduled time. They're there when they say they are. They do what they say they're going to do, and they over deliver. So thank you, Pat, for your membership with the chamber. Thank you for your investment in this community. And I hope you guys have a great weekend.
Thank you, Paul. Thanks for the time.
You bet. We'll see you later.
See you later.